close the chapter to last year. We're not even talking about it. We focus on everything right now. And all those guys that are in the room, honestly, they have that chip on their shoulder. They're ready to roll. They want something to prove. I want something to prove. And I am a developer, and I can't wait to show the world and the conference of what my group has to offer.
And then just one last thought. Jefferson, LaFontaine, and Laura, the two guys you brought in since the spring, what sort of elements do those guys bring to the room that maybe either wasn't there or you needed more of?
Yep. So it sounds like I'm a broken record, but Jefferson, he had an injury last year, only got a chance to play 4 games. Right. But within those 4 games, 20-plus tackles, 4 sacks, multiple TFLs. He is a productive player, very explosive. He's a true student, begging me to come in. Hey, coach, watch film with me. Do this. It was to a point where it's like, all right, man, you're going to get burned out. But he loves football. He gets football. He's powerful. He's up to 295 right now, and he's moving. He's strong as not. He doesn't even look like he's 295. Like, if you look at him in person, you're like, oh, man, he's probably just like 270. No, he's 295 pounds. Rodney Laura, he has both of those guys got 3 years. Rodney Laura brings the element of he's extremely smart. His family is extremely smart. His dad's like an architect or an engineer, but he has that same trait. He's extremely smart. He kind of reminds you of the Anthony Montalvo, high motor, hard worker. He does have a really good interior pass rush. What I like about my room is you got so many guys that bring so many different elements that you can place them in different situations, short yard situations, pass rush situations, normal down and distance situations. But I love my room. This is honestly the closest my room has ever been.
And Angelic talked a little bit about this at the Big 12 Media Days. I asked him, can he introduce himself to other players, from other teams? And he says, I'll do that when I'm in the I'm in the backfield, like tackling guys. When a guy says something like that, I mean, how much does that get you excited to know you got players who are like, I want to get that backfield and
no doubt.
Be disruptive, man.
We're not here to make friends. I haven't been to a coaching convention in years. I'm here to coach my guys, love my guys, develop my guys. And Najee, he said it right. Coaches can't always say it, but the players sure can. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to change my life, change the trajectory, and win a championship.
And that's how this room feels like. From what you were describing, is you have a lot of guys really that kind of, maybe weren't considered, like you mentioned this, not being All-American, not being All-Conference, maybe not disrespected so much, but guys maybe that wanted, they'll get there if they follow the path kind of.
Man, I do believe, and this is going far-fetched from it, this is the better room I've had since I've been here. Personality-wise, skill set-wise, togetherness. This is the closest this closest this room has ever been. And everybody wants the same thing. That's being all conference, being the best unit in the country, and having a trajectory of going to the NFL. And I got a track record of developing guys and getting them on that track. Now, other people might pay them and get them up out of there, but at the end of the day, they're still getting developed. And that's what our guys see. They say, man, I'm going to stay because I'm being developed by you. And we still going to get all conference players. I'm not worried about that at all. So preseason, I can care less about what somebody else thinks. But I want to show what the results are postseason.
Coach, how important was it to John Wall?
Oh, it was very important, man. He's a true staple of what UCF is about, man. Doing more with less, man, and he's a guy now. I'll be honest. There's a lot of teams that came after him. A lot of teams that came after him, but he stayed close because again he trusts the process. He knows that the other stuff is coming later. He knows that being here, he will be developed. He will get everything he needs to know, and he has a chance to again put his name on the side of the stadium. Of being somebody special.
What was it like building a relationship with him, especially now as it almost seems like he's stepping into a leadership position on the D tackle?
Man, John is like family. His parents, they like family to me also. We do everything together. Again, when we talk about having practice, putting our practice plans together, John comes to my office and we place this thing together. So he knows what kind of leadership role he needs to do and what coaching points that he's going to need. Because, again, I only got 2 eyes, right? I only got one set of eyes, so he's going to be my other set of eyes to help me with the whole group. We got 10 total guys in the room now, so I'm excited. And John is doing an awesome job. I can't wait for everybody to see what he's done.
You've got a group that is probably more experienced units on this team,
Yep.
and maybe not as much as you have new faces, but not as much as maybe some of the other units.
Right.
What is fall camp like for you guys? I mean, because you're not necessarily are trying to learn or teach everyone what to do. You've got guys who've been there, John and Angelique and Malachi. You've got so much guys that have been around for so long. How beneficial is that for you guys for fall camp?
It's extremely beneficial because now we don't have to start from ground zero. Man, we can look at the bigger picture, man, offenses, man, what are backfield sets, just to take it further. Because the more you know, the faster you play. The less you know, the more hesitant you are. So now those guys, they're playing extremely fast. They just get off the ball now. Just get off the ball, go make plays.
You guys almost feel a pressure having, especially just on the entire D-line, feel a pressure having among the most returners and being almost asked Coach Frost about it Big 12 Media Day. He said that's probably the best group we got on defense. Do you guys feel a pressure to perform now, to go out there and show them why you trust it?
To be honest, there's no pressure. Reason we say it was no pressure because in the summer when we're going to be tested, this fall camp we're going to be tested. We're going to battle test each other. So when the game happens and it happens for real, we won't flinch. But it's all about, man, getting yourself ready to play and ready to go. We have no pressure on us. We just finna go do what we do, and let's go put the ball down and play ball.
Talk about how D-tackles are going to mesh with the edge rushers. You got guys like Malachi, Nigel Weeks, and Sear. You have the strong inside. What can you expect from this D-line?
Man, so we all mesh together because we do everything together. Me and Dawson, we're tight. And again, you get some at other schools. You get a lot of egos of, man, these my guys, man, these are our guys. We're gonna do everything together. We're gonna try to do everything together as much as we can to make sure these guys mesh. Make sure I have a relationship with the Nigel Leaks, your Malachis, your Sinceres, right, your Isaiah Nixons, and same with Coach Dawson. Him having a relationship with John Horace and RJ and all that good stuff. But man, I'm excited about this group.
Well, I ask, who impressed you the most during spring camp heading into fall now?
Who impressed me the most?
Yeah, who impressed you from your group?
Man, to be honest, it really wasn't a true standout. I can honestly say, man, I am proud of RJ and Horace of taking that role without John being there, right? But I said this back in the spring. I don't want to just appoint one person, just bring one person along. I want to do this as a village and bring everybody, right? Bring everybody, because if somebody go down, my next person gonna have to be ready to roll.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
And just, what do you hope to see them most improve on now heading into fall? And what do you hope to see the entire team most improve on?
Man, consistency. Just be consistent with the technique, trusting your technique, and I want to really develop that true interior pass rush, being able to collapse that pocket, being able to disrupt the passer, get him off rhythm, get him off his launching point.
You feel like you got a bunch of hungry guys in that room ready for the opportunity?
I don't think there's one person that's not hungry, right? You can go from John Walker to our new freshman D tackle Trent Turner, right? Trent Turner was not highly recruited out of high school, so he has a big chip on his shoulder. Everybody in that room has something to prove. I got something to prove, and we're gonna go in there with the mentality of proving to everybody that we want the best in the country.
Obviously, it's early. Fall camp still just getting underway. What does an ideal rotation look like for you during game day? How many D tackles do you want to revolve out in and out
during the game?
During the game, yeah.
Man, so I want to play 6 as much as I can to keep these guys fresh, because I don't want to just be great for the first 4 games. We got a whole season, right? Hopefully, we play more than 12. That makes sense, right? So, as much as I can, I want to be able to keep a 6-man rotation. Of course, having your first 2, as many snaps as possible, and the 4-5, and the 3-4, and the 5 and 6, less reps.
How important is this season to John Walker? I mean, he's got to be itching to get out there. I mean, I'm sure it was tough on him last year having to sit out with the injuries and stuff. I mean, what are you seeing from him through the summer workouts? I mean, how excited is he for the season? How much are you looking forward to coaching him?
Man, see, John Walker, he's extremely excited, man. You got some players where you got to push to go be great, but he's the opposite. I mean, I'm like, hey, John, chill, relax. I gotta hold you back, dog. Like, 'cause I don't want him to do too much, man. But John is itching to go out there. He's itching to go be great. And I know he doesn't say it, but he sees it. He sees it when people aren't talking about it. John is one of the best D-line coaches. D linemen in the country, and nobody says it. Right, but I'm gonna keep that on his shoulder, and I'm gonna keep that grounded with him, and not just him, but with the whole group. Let's go get it. Let's show everybody. I don't care what nobody says. Preseason, postseason matters. What you did during the season matters. So,
RJ Jackson, what does his development continue to be like over the summer? I know you said something in spring, like look at his legs, and his shorts were just slid up the sides because his quads were so big. So I know he's still kind of developing as a D tackle and play tight end, D end, and kind of he moved there last year and stuff. But what do you continue to see? What are your expectations out of RJ for your unit this year?
RJ, man, I'm expecting him to be one of my guys that I really depend on. He's taking this summer seriously. I didn't do too much this summer. I went on a vacation with my family just a little bit. And I spent a lot of time with those guys because I know, man, that chip on our shoulder and the importance of being able to develop those guys. RJ, he's lived in the film room. He's lived doing individual and really taking the whole aspect of, man, I got to be developed. We have no choice. He was the only person that started and played last year. And he's expecting to do the same thing this year.
And Horace kind of the same way. He didn't play last year. But I know he's got a different body type. He's a big load there in the middle. What do you like about Horace, and what was his summer like, just kind of getting ready for the season?
Man, so Horace is a big human, right? He was 360 back in the spring. He may be down to like 350, 348 around that area, right? I'm gonna just say 350 on it. And one thing about Horace, man, I said I wanted him to develop his power, and he lived on the sled all summer by himself. He'll go out there and kill the sled, work on his lower body explosion. But one thing about Horace, scary. He has a really good pass rush. He has a really good pass rush to be 350 pounds, and I'm excited to see him play as well. The competition is going to be really, really big, especially with those three, with John, RJ, and Horace. And to be honest, I can roll out there with any one of them, and I feel really good about it.
And we just talked about those three, but who are the guys 4 and 5, guys that you're wanting to see emerge and have an opportunity to kind of prove something these next few weeks?
So the two new guys, of course, Rodney Lore, Jefferson, Derek LeBlanc, Andrew Rump. Man, Andrew Rump and Derek LeBlanc, man, they know, man, this is the year to play. This is the year to play, man. Derek LeBlanc, he came out of high school, a highly touted guy, right? He went to Oklahoma. And one thing about it, he was known as one of the best D-linemen in the country. Right now, he's grown as a player, he's grown as a person, and now it's time it's time to perform. It's time to go ahead and perform and put it on tape now. So I'm excited to see him play. Coach, we good. You good.
Coach, I wanted to ask, what did you learn about John during his recovery process?
That he really loves the game of football. I learned that about John a lot, man. He loves the game of football. I've never been around a player that was injured and wanted to watch as much film as John. And really, I think John can be a coach after this. When he's done in the NFL for so many years, I think he can be a coach because he really loves the game of football. Man, he's close with his family, and he's a very personable guy. All right, he's a very personable guy and very loyal.